Alright everyone, for this video I wanted to talk about yung mga bagong detalye na alam na po natin tungkol sa Haus Talk Inc. or HTI na IPO. Okay? Before we start, I would just like to greet each and every single one of you a Happy New Year, and I hope that 2022 will be a great year for all of us. Okay? So let's start, no? And as always, magsisimula po tayo sa mga key details. Now, the final price has been set at 1.5. How you like this will once again depend if you're a glass half full or glass half empty type of person. Maaari mong sabihin sa sarili mo na, maganda to kasi mabibili ko siya at 1.5, confident yung company, confident yung underwriter na i-push siya dun sa higher end ng price. Kasi prior to the release of the final price, ang band natin was up to 1.5. So we're selling it sa pinakataas. Okay, so pwede nating sabihin na confident yung company, confident yung underwriter that they can sell this at the higher end of the band. On the other hand, pwede mo ring sabihin na ay ang mahal naman. I was hoping to buy this at slightly cheaper, at a slightly lower price. So again, how you view this will depend entirely on the type of person or type of investor or type of trader that you are. Now, the market cap post-IPO will be up to 3.75 billion, no? And then the estimated public float will be 26%. The offer period will be from January 3 to January 7, 2022. And normally, I don't include this little factoid, but since maraming nagtatanong, wala pong stability fund yung HTI, similar sa Medic at similar sa SPNEC. Okay? Now, before we continue, I would just like to belabor that point a little bit if you will indulge me lang, no? While I am fully supportive na dapat talagang maprotektohan ang mga investors overall. Okay? We do need to understand na ang pinakatrabaho ng PSE is sundan ng mga lumilista sa kanya yung mga rules na ginawa nila. Meaning, kapag kami sinabi sila na kailangan ito yung A, B, C, D, and so on, yung mga companies that are listed within ay siguradong sumusunod dun sa mga rules na yon. Okay? Bakit ko siya na-bring up? Kasi recently, naimbestigahan yung Medic, no, ng PSE dahil nga bumagsak yung price niya nung nag-IPO siya. Now, of course, I will always sympathize with all of you guys, lalo na sa mga naipit, but we do have to understand na hindi kasalanan ng PSE yon. Okay? Ang trabaho lang talaga nila is siguraduhin na sinusundan ng Medic or sinundan ng Medic lahat ng kinakailangan nilang sundan ng mga patakaran para i-launch yung IPO to begin with. Okay? Now, I did say in a previous video na I hope na short investigation lang kasi yun nga, ang kailangan lang naman nilang tignan is sumunod ba yung Medic. Okay? Tayo, bilang investors, bilang traders, we need to understand na what we do entails a certain amount of risk. Okay? Kung sigurado ang IPO, edi sana lahat ng tao puro IPO na lang ang tinitrade, IPO na lang ini-investan, di ba? Kung sinisiguro natin dapat, kailangan pag IPO up yan ng 50%, 100%, then why bother with anything else? Diba? Same with every other stock that we buy or we invest in, wala pong kasiguraduhan ng IPO. In fact, if you look back, I know I've said this numerous times before, karamihan ng IPO, they either dip below their IPO price or at the very least, they come back to it. And then from there, nagdidesisyon sila kung tutuloy ba sila pataas or maybe bababa. Kahit na yung mga tumaas recently, mga Wilcon, Converge, Monde, if you look back and you check their charts, you will see na bumaba muna yung mga price niyan bago sila tumuloy. Of course, there are always exceptions to the rule, no? But historically speaking, for the most part, diba, hindi siya lagi ganun ka-smooth at hindi rin lahat ng IPO ay tumataas. May iba na pumitik konti, tas bumaba, tas wala, tuloy-tuloy na. So let's understand that what we do entails a certain amount of risk. Let's do our due research, let's do our due diligence, but at the end of the day, we are still subject to the whims of the market. Okay? And no stability fund will protect us from that. Yes, it helps. And if PSE mandates na moving forward, kailangan lahat ng IPO ay may stability fund, sure, that won't be a bad thing. But let's not pretend na having it will protect us and ensure that all IPOs will simply be positive moving forward. Okay? I just wanted to say that kasi syempre, nagsisimula tayo ng bagong taon and I want to make sure na we all get off at the right foot para kung ilan man ng mga IPO na lumabas this year, next year, and so on, ay handa tayo. Handa natin yung sarili natin for what's to come. Alam natin na pwedeng positive, pwedeng negative, at hindi natin ipipilit at magtatantrum kung hindi natin nakukuha kung ano yung gusto natin. Alright? Next, ang listing date po nito will be on January 17, 2022, and primary offer shares are at 500 million. Now, the stock symbol for this, as stated, will be HTI. Na, parang mas maganda sana kung HIT, no? Or something. Para lang mas malupit. Pero, I get it. Haus Talk Inc. So, HTI. Now, the issue manager and underwriter for this particular IPO will be Investment and Capital Corporation of the Philippines. And as always, pinapaalalahanan ko po kayo na make sure na alam nyo yung history nung underwriter ng minamatahang nyong IPO para lang alam nyo ano yung historical performance niya, kung generally speaking maganda ba, hindi ba maganda, and so on. And while it shouldn't be your sole decision thought process, no, it should be part of it. Okay? Now, the prospectus, I've added the link to the description box below. Pero bakit ko rin nagay na TBD as of this recording? Kasi ako, and this is just me, baka nagloloko lang internet ko or something, I had a hard time accessing the link. Okay, I've included below as well kasi I've heard other people were able to access it. But for me, personally, personal experience lang po. Hindi ko po sinasabi na sira yung website nila or wala yung prospectus or anything. But for me, as of this recording, hindi ko po siya na-load. For all I know, 5 minutes after ko to i-record, maglo-load na siya, no? But as of right now, ayaw niya. Okay? Now, this IPO was initially hoping to launch in November 2021, but it was pushed back due to PSE's concern over oversaturation of equity raising events. And this is true. Okay? The latter part of the year, tuloy-tuloy yung mga IPO natin, no? From Aldi, Medic, SPNEC, IPO, FOO, lahat na lang. Tuloy-tuloy, parang bawat linggo may bago. Diba? So, I feel like, kumbaga, tama naman yung concern na sobrang nang saturated yung market. And also, HTI will be the first company to list on the local stock market in 2022. Now, the source for this is from Mercado Barkada. So, shout out lang po sa kanila kasi sa kanila ko po nakuha to information na to. And as always, we want to give credit where credit is due. Alright? Now, sabi nga ni Ivan Glassenberg, it's nice to do an IPO where your investors get value straight away and the share price pops up. It proves you left something on the table for them. Ang gusto ko lang magets nyo from this and the reason I'm sharing it again, kasi yun nga yung key doon. It's nice, but it's not mandatory. We need to prepare ourselves for whichever scenario, positive or negative, and have a plan on what we want to do regardless of what happens. Para po hindi tayo nabibigla, hindi tayo na-freeze, hindi rin tayo sobrang nai-stress. Alright? Now, it's this part of the video that I usually give my thoughts on a particular IPO. Bibili ba ako? Hindi ba ako bibili? And so on. So, for HTI, for me, personally, I won't be participating in this IPO, no? Hindi ako nag-subscribe sa broker ko or anything. And the reason for that is, kakastart pa lang kasi ng taon. As you guys know, usually towards the end of the year, I tend to gear back, I tend to slow down. So I don't keep up with everything that's been happening as much. And because of that, I don't feel na I'm personally prepared to trade HTI with the type of focus that I like heading into any particular trade. Okay? Plus, since again, bago nga yung taon, I do want to see kung nasaan, quote-unquote, yung ulo ng market, di ba? I want to get a better feel of what people think moving forward. Naging negative nga ba ang sentiment ng market dahil sa nangyari sa Medic? Or has it been saved because of what happened with SB-NEC? Hindi ko pa alam. So I do want to see what happens. So it's not because ayoko yung negosyo ng HTI. I feel like they have a very good business. Affordable housing will and always be appreciated by everyone, no? It's just that for this one at least, I'm going to give it a pass for me because I can't give it the focus that it deserves. However, I will be watching what happens. So kung gumanda yung chart niya, if I feel na a trade can be had moving forward, I won't hesitate to trade it. Okay? And I'm sure na pag-uusapan natin tong HTI in our daily charting sessions moving forward as well. Okay? So guys, dito po nagtatapos yung video natin. I hope kahit papano ay nakatulong to sa inyo. Kahit papano ay may natutunan kayo from this. And if so, I would really appreciate it if you give this video a like and consider subscribing to my channel. And as always guys, maraming salamat po sa panonood. I really appreciate it. Happy New Year and happy trading.